The count of the stable was a late Roman and Byzantine office responsible for the horses and pack animals intended for use by the army and the imperial court. From Byzantium, it was adopted by the Franks, and is the origin of the post and title of constable, via the Old French conestable. History and functions. The post first appears in the 4th century as the tribunus stabili, initially responsible for the levying of horses from the provinces. According to Ammianus Marcellinus, the holders of the post ranked equal to the tribunes of the Scholae Palatini guard regiments. In the Notitia Dignitatum, they are listed as the praepositi gregame stabilorum under the comes rerum privatarum. By the early 5th century, as attested in the Codex Theodosianus, they were raised to comites with the rank of verclarissimus, but the older title of tribune remained in parallel use for some time. 8 holders of the office are known from the 4th century, including Emperor Valens and his brothers-in-law Cerialis and Constantinianus. Evidently, the post was closely associated with the imperial family, as affirmed further when Stilicho was appointed to it on the occasion of his marriage to the adopted niece of Emperor Theodosius I, Serena. However, holders are rarely mentioned thereafter. The distinguished General Flavius Aetius held the post in 451, and in the 6th century, the variant count of the imperial grooms was conferred on leading generals such as Belisarius and Constantinianus, while Bagirius, a relative of Emperor Justin II, is recorded by the 9th century chronicler Theophanes the Confessor to have held the post of count of the imperial stables. The office reappears in the sources in the 820s, when the Protospartharios and Comes to Basilica Hypostations Damian led an unsuccessful expedition against the Saracens in Crete. The Byzantine office of the Comes to Staulu is best known during the 9th and 10th centuries, when it was classed as belonging to the group of military officials known as stratarchi. Along with the logothete of the herds, he was responsible for the imperial horses in the capital, Constantinople, and for the horse ranches in the great army camp at Malagina in Bithynia. He usually held the dignity of patriarchos, and ranked 51st in the overall imperial hierarchy. During imperial processions, as well as during campaigns, he escorted the emperor along with the protostrator, and played a role in the receptions of foreign ambassadors. In the 13th century, the Latin-inspired office of the conostalos seems to have replaced the comes to staulus, but another title, the comes tum basilicum hippon, appears in the 14th century treatise on offices of pseudo-codinos. Aside from bringing the emperor his horse and holding it while he mounted it, the functions of this office are unknown. He does not appear to have held a rank within the court hierarchy, but his proximity to the emperor did apparently lead to some influence, as in the case of Constantine Chadanos, who rose from this post to high political offices under Emperor Michael VIII. Subordinate officials. The staff of the Count of the Stable is not explicitly mentioned in Byzantine sources, but its composition for the 9th and 10th centuries can be inferred, at least in part. It included 2 chartularioi, 1 for Constantinople and 1 for Malagina. The epictes, in seals often epictes, responsible for fodder, watering, and other related supplies like horseshoes or saddles. The sufframentarios, the origin of whose title and his functions are unknown. In the sources, he seems to be responsible for outfitting the imperial mules prior to an expedition. The 4 counts of Malagina, 40 grooms, also known as the grooms of the 2 stables. These were probably subaltern officers charged with leading detachments of mules. The Calarios or apothetes of the imperial stable, responsible for the stable's granary.